Hey everybody, Brian the Wild Armenian, rat ride, carport builder, mechanic, real estate investor, whatever you want to call me. Don't call me late for lunch. I got to get my pointers right. I'm inside. It's too cold to work on the old truck today or even go out. It's like 33 degrees in north central Florida, man. Hey, I thought I moved to Florida. I've been here all my life, but hey, that's the way it gets. It gets cold here. Something's really been on my mind. It's happened months or weeks ago. Newly elected President Trump made a comment about Canada being one of the states. It would be the 51st state of the United States. And he told Justin Trudeau he could be the governor. And I don't know if it was a joke or if he was serious, but the talk, I've been hearing a lot of buzz on the internet, news channels, and a lot of people are for it now. A lot of U.S. citizens they did a poll, and I think it was kind of more like 45% of Americans love the idea. Some are on the fence. And, and then I did some research. 82% of Canadians don't like the idea, and the rest of them do. It's kind of a mixed bag there. And if some of that is even accurate, really. And what was on my mind when he said that and the buzz was talking, it sounded like a real good idea. Strategically, it would be great for the United States. It really would benefit the Canadian. That'd take that visible line away, that border, and it would become one of the Americas. And, maybe a lot of Canadians don't look at it that way and they just don't like the idea. Maybe they're too stuck on that Guess Who song, American Woman. That was talking about the Statue of Liberty. They don't want our ghetto scene, American Woman. But that was the song talking about. It was an anti-American song. And it was funny. Over the years, I've listened to a lot of Americans rocking out to that and going, hey, that's an anti-American song. That ain't cool. And then some dude out in California redid the song. And I don't know. But anyway, it's not all about the song. Getting back to it, we do. U.S. gives Canada $10 billion a year, and the Canadian car industry, auto industry, is 12%, and the dairy is 30%. Now they do have a pipeline, there's a lot there too. If we do put sanctions on Canada, like we do a lot of other countries, that would make a big difference. America does have a deficit. And that's what a lot of, not just the newly elected presidents talking about, but a lot of in Congress are talking about. So the reality of it is, America's got to tighten its belt on spending. And like my last video, I said, you keep your fingers off of my Social Security, not just mine, countless thousands and millions of people out there that's paid into it. So, they're going to have to cut other places' monies. So that's something to look at. There is a deficit. There's a big national debt. That is a reality. If you keep running up a credit card bill and not paying it, and you're just paying on interest, there's got to be an end to that. So I get it, and I hope a lot of people do get it, especially people who are retired. They've done financing and they invested. They should know that, and with that, please give me some comments on that and where you folks are at with this whole deal about Canada becoming the 51st state of the USA. My biggest thing was, oh my Lord, how is that going to work with Social Security? And I was, just checking in on this, doing research about that, and I'm going, wow. I mean, is that going to cripple our Social Security? Let's say if that does happen, would that affect and cripple our Social Security? And couple things to mention. Back in 1959, Hawaii and Alaska become a state of the United States. Hawaii was the 50th state. Alaska was the 49th state. And at the time when Roosevelt, signed into bill in 1935, we already had 24 years at that time of Social Security, and it did not cripple Social Security then, okay? And you go and think, well, how can they do the transition? Well, I did some digging on this, and there's a totalization policy, and this is global. And there's some other things considered too. Puerto Rico. It's a commonwealth. It's not a state, but it is a commonwealth of the United States. They too use and receive our Social Security. They too get our benefits and Medicare, and they pay into it also. So there you go. So, and the conversion wouldn't be so bad. I did some research on the Canadian, what they call CPP is their equivalent to our Social Security. It's called CCP or CPP, not the Communist Party. Let me get that. CPP. God, that's a twister in my mind there. But anyway, at the age, this is average. And I guess it's all who puts into what and how much they contribute to it. But on the average, if you retire at the age of 65 in Canada, you're looking at $1,364.60 a month. You can retire, and here's the click. You can retire at the age of 60 in Canada early, okay, where we're 62 in the United States. And they're only, if you retire early, just like how it works here, you get less. And if you retire early in Canada, you'll get $836.21. So that's not a lot of money. And it's the same with us too, So there would be a little friction there about retiring early versus, 62. But it's only 2 years. I mean, I feel that the Canadian people would benefit that way, So, something to think about. I think it would take time. I can just see this not going to be an overnight thing if it happens. Of course, you got to get people agreeing, both sides. That matters, So there was my thoughts on that. I haven't seen anybody out there making videos on this. I don't know if I'm the first. It was on my mind. I know I'm not unique. I don't come up with a unique situation. Trust me. Anything I do, somebody's always done it. The minute I think I'm unique, I'm in trouble. So there you go. So I don't know. A lot of stuff to consider there. One more thing too. I thought, this is just me. My educated thoughts, okay, or my humble opinion, if you want. Let's just call it my humble opinion. I feel like if we did adapt Canada to being our 51st state, it would help out our Social Security. It's just like, let's say when Walmart was growing, they were just selling goods, paints and clothes, and then they decided to get groceries, so they branched out. And the reason why, they became a super center, and that brought more revenue into their Walmart, their corporation. And now they found, Amazon kicking their butts, so Walmart had to get into doing internet store, So in other words, what I'm getting at, I'm just using Walmart as an example. If we did the same thing with our Social Security and we got another country and they became our state, that would be more people, more bodies paying in to our Social Security. Just my thought, that's not written. This is just coming out of what I think. It takes people in numbers. I feel, the more you have, the more is contributed to the nest egg, so be it, if you want to call it that. And that's just my take. So anyway, please, I'd like to hear some comments because on this and anybody else's thoughts, because this is going to be ongoing. And I can see where I'm going to make a few more videos on this topic. There's a lot of things like I'm going to find out. I tried to research when Hawaii and Alaska became our state, how'd that work with Social Security deal? What are they like? Puerto Rico, they were a commonwealth, and were the people there at the time paying in? And that I don't know, and I'm going to research that, probably make another video on. If you do have some information on that, please share it. Hey, you know what? There's a lot of things important today. My Lord Jesus Christ, my wife, I always better say that, I mean it. My children, I love them. My family, my friends, and you people. USA, all right. And you people in Canada, all right. So God bless y'all. Take care of yourself, all right?